Professor Chomsky, media reports are saying that Israel-US relations are the lowest. Is there some truth in this? And do you expect Obama to do anything significant before the end of his mandate in terms of foreign policy?
Well, there is some truth to it, but I don't think it has to do with uh, the question of Netanyahu's speech in Congress, his alleged retraction of his commitment to a Palestinian state. These, of course, are personal irritants. But what's really changing, I think, and that's potentially significant, is just popular attitudes. There's a significant, very significant change in the popular attitudes in the United States towards the issue. So among liberal Democrats, there's considerably more sympathy for the Palestinian cause than in the past. Among young people, it's very easily identifiable. Palestinian solidarity is one of the main issues on college campuses. These are all radical changes from not many years ago, and they begin. Popular opinion is usually disregarded, unfortunately, by in the political process, but it does have some impact, and as it becomes more organized, it can have a greater impact. That's happened in many other cases, and in that respect, I think there's the potential for a kind of reassessment of the blind support for Israel. On the other hand, among the Republicans, partly because of their shift to a popular base of Christian evangelicals, the nativists, so on, there's a far more intense support for Israeli policies. In fact, it's worth remembering that more than half of Christians in the United States believe that God promised Palestine to the Jews. And when this becomes the popular base of a political party, of course, they become quite extreme. So there are tendencies in both directions. As for the frosty relations, that's happened repeatedly in the past. So, for example, under the preceding administration, Bush number two, in 2005, when Israel, of course, has its economy is based very heavily on highly militarized, advanced technology. They need export sales, and China is the huge market that they've been aiming for, and the United States has repeatedly blocked it. In 2005, became so extreme that this is the Bush administration actually demanded that Israel not only put an end to these efforts but apologize publicly for them. The Bush administration refused to allow high Israeli military officials to come to the United States. Really was they insisted on a kind of humiliation, which of course Israel accepted. And there have been other such cases going way back. And as to whether Obama will make any significant moves during the remainder of his administration, I think the chances are very slight. He's, from the very beginning, been very committed to Israeli power and what's called defense of Israeli interests. That means support for Israeli policies, despite some rhetoric. It's been pretty clear, and I don't see any indication of a change in that regard. There will be changes in the longer term, perhaps, but probably not under this administration.
Okay. We've worked on a book together with Professor Ilan Pappe called On Palestine. It came out a few weeks ago with Haymarket Books. I was wondering what attracted you in getting into an in-depth conversation with Professor Ilan Pappe.
Well, two things, really. For one thing, I very much respect his work and his dedication and commitment as an impressive person, so I'm happy to discuss these things with him. And secondly, the issues are of such enormous importance that any opportunity that makes any sense is worth grasping. And this was such an opportunity, so it didn't require even second thoughts.
Okay, thanks a lot, Professor Chomsky.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Glad that it cooperated for a few minutes.
Thanks again. Bye-bye.
Bye.